Assalamualaikum Ahsan, beta. So this is basically the video I'm making for you for your PC setup, and I'm just gonna do this in one take. So if there's like a weird scene, it's just like whatever, ignore them. So basically, I wrote a step list of what steps you're gonna need to make your PC. Uh, at any point, if you already know the step, like you could just pull this up. Like if you're not sure what step you're on, but I'll walk you through all of them. So we start off our PC build with the motherboard, of course. And over here on the motherboard, the first thing you want to do is start with putting your CPU in. So your CPU would go into this socket right over here. And basically there's like a little arrow right over here. I could probably zoom into this for you. So there's like this little, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there's this little triangle looking ass thing over here. There should be one on your CPU as well, but generally, as long as the text is facing like straight up, like as long as the text is straight, you should be good. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing you're gonna do on top of this is apply your thermal paste. Make sure you wipe the thermal paste off of the existing CPU. On the CPU, do not use water on the CPU. Just use like a dry towel and just like wipe it off as best as you can. And then on the case fan or the PC or CPU fan, you could take like a little wet towel or a wet, I don't know, tissue paper, because whatever the hell you use the thermal paste on would never be usable again. So like kitchen ka koi towel वगैरह ले लो या फिर like a wet tissue paper and just like wipe it off and then dry it. Make sure it's dry before you put it back on. Because you don't want water to short circuit these little circuitries going over here. Anyways, once you do that, you apply your thermal paste and you put in your CPU fan. So I pulled up one picture of a CPU fan. So it looks like this. There's little like four little holes. They're all the way around. So there's one on each side, and there's four holes on your motherboard. So one, two, three right over here, and four right over here. So what you're gonna do is on these four holes, so this one, this one, this one, and this one, you're basically gonna line it up and you're gonna push until it clicks. If you look at it, there's like this little clicking mechanism over here. Once it goes enough, it automatically clicks. Once you hear clicks, it's good. Make sure you do this in a cross pattern. So I guess like start with this one and then do this one next and then do this one and that one. Or if you start here, then do this side first. So like to make sure the weight is balanced. So if you do these two sides first, then like it wouldn't like the thermal paste wouldn't evenly spread out because the thermal paste would be pushed to the right side of the CPU instead of even. Anyways, even before clicking all the buttons, you just gotta put your CPU, like line it up, like a CPU fan, line it up, and like push it so the thermal paste is squished. How much thermal paste you want to put? About the size of a grain of rice or a pea. Um, Realistically, there's no such thing as putting too much, but like you don't want it like spilling over the thing, which is the main problem. So just put like a decent line, like not too much, but not too little. And then obviously next step would be to install your RAM. So I don't know which two slots it was. I think it was this one and this one. Open up the clips. Remember to open up the clips and just install your RAM. By the way, this is your exact motherboard I pulled up. So after you put in the RAM, your next step would be putting your NVMe in. So you're gonna have to unscrew this, put in your NVMe, and then screw these back up. And that's the next step done. So the next thing you're gonna do is to do with the case now. So I'm not sure what case you got from the Roz, but I'll just assume it's this one. And what you're gonna do is, oh god, can I get into it? Okay, yeah, this works. So what you're gonna, can I please just open the picture, bro? God, no. Okay, what you're basically gonna do is your fans are not gonna be installed, so you want to install your fans, right? So I think you were gonna do three in the front and one in the back, and then one in the top if you brought an extra fan from home. If you didn't, that's fine. Three in the front and one in the back works just fine. It's a bit positive airflow, but that's fine. Anyways, yeah, you can do that. And then once you install your fans, you kind of just like take the PC fan cables, like take the fan cables and just put them to the side so they're not in the way of anything right now. We're not gonna install the fan cables yet because the motherboard isn't in your case, but yeah, that's the next step. Once you install the fans, you want to install the I/O shield. So what's the I/O shield? So if you look at the side of your motherboard, there's no shield around it. It's like this little Here's a good picture of IO shield. This should have come in your motherboard box. I'm pretty sure I saw it when I came to your house. It was in your motherboard box. So basically how you install the IO shield is you line it up. You can find like a bunch of videos online if you don't understand my explanation for this, but on the back of your case there's a little, God, I can't click it, but there's like right over here there's a little slit hole. And what you do is you kind of just like make sure it's right side up. So you just look at the IO on your motherboard and then line it up like right side up against this thing and just push it from the inside. From the inside, you push it and it clicks. All four sides click in. Once you do that, you gotta put your motherboard into the IO shield. So at an angle, just like the NVMe, at an angle, you're gonna put your motherboard into the IO shield, and then you're just gonna place it down and you're gonna screw it in. So there's gonna be 9 screws on the motherboard. I'll go through them. So there's one right over here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then one right here in the center, 9. All right, if I go bottom down, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. These two are for something else. You don't have to bother with these two. They're for something entirely different. Anyways, to not scratch the back of your motherboard, you got to make sure these cases sometimes have like pre-installed like ports for your motherboard screw-ins. As you can see, there's a bunch of holes over here for you to like put them in yourself, like the brackets behind the motherboard. It should have been in the screw box that I bought for you. I can pull it up if you need me to. I think the link was on Discord. Let me just open my Discord for a second. Where did I send the link? That was not here. Maybe in general. Was it this? It was this. Okay, so over here, you're gonna have to install these standoffs. This one right over here, the standoffs, wherever it says standoffs. So you're gonna have to install these, and basically what this is it goes into the cases every place that you put a motherboard screw in. By the way, motherboard screws are these ones where it says main board, the 40-piece main board screws. Those are your motherboard screws. So now that we have that down, the next step is, let's close this. So the next step of the process is to, what did we just do? Put in the IO shield, screw the motherboard in. You connect all the PC cables. So, uh, depends on the case. It actually varies very much depending on what case you have and what front IO the case offers. I'm not sure what front IO this case offers because it doesn't show me a top-down picture of the case. So I'm not sure what the IO is. I could try clicking on this video, but it doesn't work. So I'm not sure what the ports on the top of this are, but either way, you'll have some of these. You should have quite a few of these. So this one is the USB header. I think you should have this one. Where this one goes on your motherboard is just a USB header, so you can put it in this USB socket right over here. So that's probably like the best spot to put it. There's more USB headers, but this is the best one to put in, USB. It, by the way, it says USB underscore 3 underscore 4. If you ever have a problem in the future looking for this. And then here. And then so you have the USB. You might not have this. This is a USB type C port. On your motherboard, it's right over here, but I don't think your case would have this cable. If it does, it goes right over here. This is a USB 3 port. This one goes right over here. And this is keyed. It only goes one way. So there's like a little nub on the other side of this, and it only goes in one way. And there should be like a little opening here for the nub to go if your case has this. I'm not sure which ones your case does. Your case should definitely have these three over here. Not sure about HD LED. This one, it could possibly have it, possibly not. HD audio, by the way, this one goes right here at the bottom in this corner, left side corner. It should say HD underscore AUO or AUD 101, something like that, audio. Sometimes it just says HD audio straight up. So that makes your life easy. And I put this too far down. Okay, so for these switches, these go into your front IO where we did the click to start stuff. I cannot tell you exactly which position they go in, but they're all labeled. So you put these in and make sure the text is always facing down, by the way. So one of these should say power plus, power minus. So your power one are these two, the ones we were jumping, the power pins that we were jumping. Underneath it, it should say power plus and power minus. So you put in the power plus where it says power plus, power minus where it says power minus, power switch where it says power switch, reset switch where it says reset. It's basically labeled. I cannot read this text over here, so I can't tell you exactly. But if you ever need to call me, you can. So yeah, that's all for your case cables. Next, you connect all of your fan cables now. So you have quite a few fan cables on your PC. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the second you connect your CPU fan, it goes into this CPU fan 1 header right over here. But aside from that, you have quite a few case fan cables. So you have one right over here, you have one right over here, you have one right over here, chassis fan 2. You have one right over here, you have one over here at the bottom. Quite a few options. You did say you do have a RGB hub, RGB fan hub. So I think how that works is you just need a USB port and you connect it, but it varies from hub to hub. So you'll kind of have to figure that out, or you could call me if you don't understand what's going on up there. Either way, that's that. What else is left? What's left? What's left? What's left? So what did we just do? We connected all the fan cables. Okay, so once you connect all your fan cables, you can open your power supply and just like sort the cables out, because the next step is to put your hard drive in. So your hard drive should have a hard drive cage, and I'm pretty sure they have a decent picture of this. It's like this one. Yeah, so hard drive cage where it says HDD at the top, they have a little hard drive cage. So you're gonna put your hard drive in there, and then you're gonna have to wire it. So you're gonna have to connect the SATA cable and the SATA data cable from your power supply down over here. And if you want, you could remove this where it says SDD. You can remove that stupid thing if it's like in the way. So if it's in the way, you can just take it out, and then you can put your cables there instead for easier cable management. So once you have your hard drive in, obviously you connect the SATA port over here, and then the SATA data into the power supply, and that's that. You're chilling over there. The next step after you connect all of those is to connect all the other cables to the motherboard. So your 24 pin over here, your CPU cables right over here, and then you should take one of the cables out for your GPU. So I would like route it from underneath over here. Just take it out from underneath, so you can put your GPU in later. So you can plug it in later to make your life easier. Just take the PCIe cable out. So yeah, you connect all the cables. So your 24 pin again, your CPU pin. Take one out for your PCIe, and then after you have all those connected, you could insert your GPU. And then once your GPU's in, you could connect the GPU cables, and then you could put in your Wi-Fi adapter wherever you got that from. You did it, so you should know how to do it again. And then once your Wi-Fi card is in, it's literally just a matter of doing cable management. But do not start cable management until you start the PC first. So you finish building everything, start the PC, then start doing cable management. Because if you start doing cable management and then you realize, oh no, I haven't done, or something's wrong and the PC's not turning on, maybe some wires loose or something's not connected properly, right? That'd be a big problem. So what you want to do is you want to make sure the PC's turning on, and then you turn the PC off, right? And then you connect like all your RGBs and all that stupid stuff. So yeah, that's that. It was quite a long video. It's almost 15 minutes, but if you ever need to refer to this sheet again, where it says all the steps listed, you can. It's at the front and end of the video, and yeah, that's all. I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube and send it to you. Allah Hafiz, Rita.